Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you. I'm with you for a minute. Hold on, let me do a couple things here. They look a little washed out to me. All right, I guess I can live with that. How y'all doing? Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. I've had a decent day. Had a decent day. It ain't been great, but it ain't been bad. So you can't beat that. Let's see. As usual, start off by saying hello to the people. Move that here, and you can sit right there. Great. Start off by saying hello to the people. By the way, I love every one of you. I'm not just saying that. I really do. Even though I seem like I'm just, but I really do. I love y'all. Y'all my people. Um, let's see. Anthony, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got Erica in the house representing Reading. Good afternoon, Erica. Brainy from North College Hill in the house. Good afternoon. Got Miss Pittsburgh. Good afternoon, Miss Pittsburgh. Scott said he just driving around Cincy. All right. So you representing the whole city today. Got LaDonna in the house. Happy hump day. Good afternoon, LaDonna. Diane. Diane, good afternoon to you. Got Sierra in the house representing Boston. And a little bit of hate. Representing a little bit of hate. Got Paul in the house. Good afternoon, Paul. Good afternoon. Appreciate you. Thank you for checking in. We got Mike. Mike Ballard in the house representing Woodlawn. Woodlawn, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Diane. Diane, good afternoon. Oh, I already said good afternoon to Diane. Tessie. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Tessie. We got Preston in the house. All right. Good afternoon, Preston. Got Myosha in the house. She's in Avondale representing Avondale. All right. Carolyn, don't hate on the countdown. Don't hate on the countdown. I'm not going to lie. I haven't really worked on the new countdown. This is the one we got for now. I got a few other things happening that I just really don't have time to work on the countdown. But I will soon. I will soon. One of my projects is over. The first Sunday in April, I got a lot of videos I have to have edited. And so all my editing time is spent with that. But we will get, I'm not going to say a better countdown because I don't dislike that countdown. It don't represent me, but it works for what it is. But don't hate on it. P. Copenhaver, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking us out. Robert Willis, you're a little late, Robert, but I was a little late too. So good afternoon. Appreciate you. Got Terry in the house. Good afternoon, Terry, representing downtown. Lamont. Lamont says, great day, powerful royal people. He's representing Westwood. Got Pat Rogers in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Brenda, representing Fairfield, home of the Indians. Good afternoon. Quintano. Quintano. He's representing the East End. Andrea in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Carolyn, is that the same Carolyn that was hating on my countdown? Yeah, you hate on the countdown and then say good afternoon. Oh boy. Tria, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Drop Squad says, what's good? Why should I keep listening or watching this afternoon? You got to make that decision. You got to make that decision. Blue Mooney, good afternoon. Representing Springfield Township. Got Fame representing Finneytown. All right. If your beard don't connect, don't talk to or about me. Well, I don't really fully connect, and it's raggedy. So I don't know if I should talk to you or not. Um, let's see. Pamela, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Pamela. Got Samuel in the house representing Sycamore. Oh, Pamela's representing North College Hill. I don't want to North Avondale. Let me put it up there, son. Representing North Avondale. Good afternoon. Samuel in the house representing Sycamore. All right. All right. That's all the hellos for now. If you come in later, hello. I want to talk just a little bit about this. What's her name? Rona McDaniel. Rona McDaniel. I don't have a whole lot to say. I don't follow the RNC. And so I can't really say all the things that she said and done. I can't really say all the things that she said and done. But I've seen, of course, since this has happened, some clips of some things that she said. And the Republicans, and they're trying to spin now NBC as a network of people who don't want opposing views. And I just reject that as a premise. I do. I reject that. I don't think that's what you're seeing. I'm fairly certain that's not what you're seeing. What you're seeing is she was an election denier. She was a part of what a lot of us believe was a ploy to overthrow the government. She's telling people don't certify votes that should be certified. She's putting together fake slates of electors to send to it's just, and of course, she was an election denier. Now, the argument is, hey, some of that stuff, if you're the head of the RNC, you got to support your guy. But there's a difference between supporting your guy and trying to help overthrow the government. And look, she could have did what a number of Republicans did. A number of Republicans said, Trump lost. We don't see any evidence that there was anything wrong with the election. Not anything significant. Like you might have had a person here or a person there that did something, and you could probably find that in every single election. But nothing to some significant level that's going to affect the outcome of the election. So, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't put up. Gotta put up the overlay. All right. Nothing of any significance that was going to affect the outcome of the election. Right? So, it makes sense that a credible news organization would say, we don't need an election denier, which basically is just a liar. Because maybe y'all know I'll be trying to figure out the best way to say stuff. Maybe some people who don't think critically, or whose ability to think critically is not all that good. Maybe some of those people do actually believe that the election was stolen. I believe when they go to Trump, I watch a lot of videos where they go and they ask the people at Trump rallies questions. I believe that those people believe that the election was stolen. I believe that. But a lot of them ain't that bright. That's mean, ain't it? It's true, though. It's just mean to say it out loud. A lot of them are just not that bright. And they're like, it's been stolen. They stole the election. And Donald Trump is still the president. He's calling all the shots. And they say, well, what about all the money that we sending to Ukraine? Oh, that's Joe Biden. But I thought he wasn't the president. Well, he's not. Barack Obama is the president. But I thought you said Trump was the president. Well, Trump is the president, but he's letting them think that they're the president to do the stuff that they do. So is he calling the shots or is he not calling the shots? Hold on, did the line? Oh, I'm sorry. Drop. I didn't see you there. Yes, you can call in. You can call in. But let me make sure I can pull that up. Excuse me, hold on a second. But yeah, a lot of those people, they don't know no better. They don't know no better. All right, we got Drop Squad calling in. Drop Squad, what's the numbers? I don't remember the numbers. Is it 62?
52.
52. All right. Drop Squad.
Yeah, there's a story behind it. One day I'll explain it to you if you allow me to.
All right. Well, what's on your mind?
Well, excuse me. Let me clear my throat. I'm listening to your monologue here talking about what NBC News did with the former chairwoman of the Republican National Committee, Ronna McDaniel. Now, Emanuel, I will tell you, as a black, not Democrat, registered Republican, the reason there are so many questions surrounding the 2020 election is for one reason and one reason only, and that was the pandemic, and how some states went around the law, which states if you change any election procedure, you must go through the state legislators. But because of the pandemic, they declared it an emergency, and they were allowed to change the rules, basically saying everybody gets a mail-in ballot. We'll put boxes in different locations so the ballots can be collected, which is also called ballot harvesting, which in some states it's illegal, some states it's legal. But because of what was seen with people's own eyes that was happening in Fulton County, Georgia, in Wayne County, Michigan, Hart in Detroit, and in Philadelphia and Wisconsin. These were documented things that were happening related to these mail-in ballots and these drop boxes.
What was documented?
That's why, huh?
What was documented?
Because
what
did
people see?
All these polling sites had, they're called election watchers, okay?
All right.
Each party, each like the DCCC and the RNC, they all have poll watchers that are designated in certain areas. In Fulton County, they use 6-inch social distancing to keep people away from the mail-in ballots so they can look and verify certain things that were required on the ballots. In other places, they covered the windows of the area where the mail-in ballots were coming in and being processed because of COVID. The poll watchers were told to stand outside of the area, even though they could have been 6 feet social distance. All these things were caught on either on someone's cell phone or on local news media outlets. Okay, so I'm just telling you why. Now, me as a Republican, of course, Joe Biden won, but it was how it was done during that election in certain places.
Let me push back on that because I don't think that's why. I don't think that's why in the least. Because they're not complaining about any of the things that happened in any of the areas where Trump won. They're not saying all the election was stolen in the places where Trump won.
I'll explain why. Because
their guy won. That's why.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about in the battleground states, Michigan, Pennsylvania.
Let's be clear.
Wisconsin.
You're talking about in the battleground states that Trump lost.
No, yes, I'm talking about in the state. No, hold on.
Yes.
Let me clear it up.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Because, okay, first of all, Manuel, if you know how state elections are run,
Oh my goodness.
they're run by different counties and different precincts.
Yes.
Okay? Everybody's not every precinct is under the Secretary of State or whatever title they give it in their state. But somebody in Fulton County can run it different than they run their shit in Cobb County. But the fact remains, where there was a high concentration of registered Black Americans, those were the areas that were targeted. Because if they could gather a certain amount of ballots from these Black areas, because Manuel, 88 to 90% of Black people vote for Democrats every election. That is a lock. So they already know who's going to be voting, who the people are going to be voting for on these mail-in ballots. So they harvest these ballots in different places. So when the Trump supporters were told to wait for election day, Trump was running around talking about show them on election day, show us and show up and show out. So Republicans, they showed up at the polls. And when the polls closed,
that's not actually what he said. He
Trump,
said,
let me finish. I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Stand by.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay, no, that was January something else. But anyway, what I'm saying is, when the polls closed, at whatever time your area is, Trump and the RNC saw that they were ahead. But the ballot harvesting that occurred, the Democrats knew how many votes they needed to make up. Because if you wanted to stop,
all they did was count the votes, bro. They counted the actual votes.
No,
yes.
Emanuel, in some states, they did not count the mail-in ballots until after.
Right.
Till after the polling places were closed.
That's when they typically do it.
No, but Emanuel, listen. They already know how many people who are registered Democrats who got mail-in ballots, and they know how many people that are registered Republican that have mail-in ballots. They already know. Out here in California, you could track your ballot every step of the way. So they know where the ballots are, Emanuel.
I'm still not understanding
and
your
certain
point.
Precincts, you already know that those ballots are going to be for Joe Biden, not Donald Trump.
Right.
So when the polls closed on election night, Trump thought he was ahead. He thought he was ahead in Georgia.
That's his
fault.
fault.
He thought he was ahead in Philly. He thought he was ahead in Wisconsin.
That's his fault.
He thought he was ahead in Michigan.
That's all his fault.
But when those, no, I'm just explaining it to you, bro. Okay?
You're not telling us anything that we don't already know.
Did you cut me off?
No, you're still here.
Oh, no, I stopped talking.
You really genuinely still don't know how to have a conversation.
Bro, I keep telling you, I'm a radio person.
Apparently
I know
not.
how it is as a caller. But sometimes you treat me like a caller, and then sometimes you act like we at the barbershop talking.
Bro, we are having a conversation. Like, put on your regular non-barbarian have a conversation hat.
Bro, you need to quit. Because, again, Manuel, everything that I've said is just what I want to give you a point of view, because in your monologue, you act like, oh, it's impossible for people to think that Trump won the election in 2020.
No,
and
what I'm saying to you is that it's foolish for people to think that. Not impossible. And it's like the simple-minded people could think that. But you yourself just said, like, he won, period. Because you understand the process. It's the simple-minded people who sit and still run around talking about they stole the election. Either simple-minded or extremely partisan.
No, but you can't just demean someone's intelligence because they have a certain point of view.
Of course you can. When it's based on nonsense that reasonable people reject.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you a perfect example.
Oh, not the example.
I'll give you a perfect example, and you mentioned it in your monologue. Why did NBC executives hire her, give her first interview on Meet the Press, where they knew Chuck Todd was going to be there, okay? And then 3 days later,
wait,
they
what are
let
you
her
giving
go,
me an example of?
Knowing. Okay, we're having a conversation now, I guess. Or
Yeah,
am I?
yes, but I'm at. What are you giving? What is this an example of?
This is an example of how some Democrat outlets do not want an opposing point of view.
But that wasn't
And
what
if
we
they
was
get-
talking
wait, hold
about.
on.
That wasn't what we.
And if they
Oh my
and if they get an opposing point of view, they'll call that point of view foolish and stupid.
But that wasn't what we were talking about.
That's what you just said to people who believe that 2020 election was rigged, stolen, or whatever.
Right, those people are
What did you
foolish.
call them, Emanuel? What did you call them?
Foolish.
Okay, I'm
Simple-minded.
telling you, this is what people who support the Democrat Party, this is what they say about an opposing opinion.
No.
And in our situation right here, where you got two black people talking, and one of the black people is a self-acclaimed and proud to be a Republican, not a Democrat. And you probably going to be one of these people who have a media background that's going to say, oh, I'm not for either party. I vote for the one that's best for me.
No.
But you've never voted for a Republican.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you. I lean much more heavily Democrat. But like
Have
you
you
said,
ever voted for a Republican more than one time?
yes.
Was it for the president or was
No.
it for local?
No, it wasn't for the president.
Was it for local or was it for Congress?
It was for local.
Okay, so that doesn't count.
Of course
We're
it does.
talking about
That's
presidential
nonsense.
elections.
That's nonsense to say that
We're
it
talking
doesn't
about,
count.
Manuel, you were talking about the 2020 election and the controversy surrounding it.
And what
about
I
the
said is
opinions of Republicans.
I lean Democrat, but I'm not a registered anything. So I'm liable to vote for anybody.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't claim Democrat and you don't claim Republican.
Right.
So if you black and someone sees you at the grocery store on election night and you got that little sticker on your chest,
I never wear a
says I
sticker.
vote. Well, okay. Can I finish, please? And you have your little sticker on that says I vote.
But I never wear the sticker. That's
Who
what
do
I'm
you
saying.
think people in your community are going to think you voted for, Emanuel?
Again, I don't wear the sticker. So,
I said if. Can't you hear or you don't want to listen?
no, I heard you. I'm just letting you know I
Okay.
don't wear the sticker. So, and I don't care who people
I
think
said
I voted
if.
for.
I said if.
But I
Okay.
did not just clarify. I don't care who. Why is that important to you?
No, in the context in which you're responding to me, I said black people in media like you who get an opposing point of view from another black man that's not a Democrat.
Uh-huh.
And I asked you, because of your enthusiastic defense of Democrats,
I'm not
are
understanding
you
the
a
point that
Democrat
you're
or a
trying to make.
Republican? What do you say, and what do most of y'all say?
I'm not
You
understanding
say
the point that
Stephen
you're trying
A.
to make.
Smith says it. Roland Martin says it.
Oh,
I could go down the line.
This conversation thing is
People
hard for you.
who no, because you don't want to accept the fact that people
What
have
fact?
different opinions than yours.
No,
and when you
I
don't like that
accept that.
opinion, you call them foolish.
No,
That's what
only the people
Democrats
who believe
do.
foolish things.
Okay, then why do black Republicans get treated the way they do in the black community?
What does that
Only
have to
other
do with
black
what we're
people-
talking about?
Yes, it does. It's
And,
about
and how
political-
are black Republicans treated?
You're black. You know how black Republicans are
How
treated.
are they? I don't. How are black Republicans treated?
Okay, they're called coons. They're called sellouts.
I know
They're
some
called
black
Uncle
Republicans that I
Tom.
don't call
And
any of
they're
that kind
called
of stuff.
Steven. See, you interrupted me before I was finished.
It's called a
with the
conversation,
slurs
bro. It's
that
called a
are
conversation.
flung by other black people on black people who give a different political opinion. That's the only time this stuff happens, Emanuel.
But you're wrong.
This
But
is
you're
the
wrong.
only time
You're wrong.
black people attack other black people.
You're wrong.
Is behind politics.
You're wrong. You're you're so wrong. It's not even funny. People don't call people sellouts because they vote Republican. People call people sellouts because they say sellout shit. People don't call people coons because they, registered as a Republican. People call people coons because they be cooning. It's that if people are calling you a sellout and a coon, listen to the stuff that you're saying.
Emanuel, is the cooning in reference to a disagreement on sports, a disagreement on clothing,
it could be on
music?
anything. It could be a disagreement. It could be a disagreement on race. It could be a disagreement on policing. It could be a disagreement on all kind of stuff.
You are intellectually dishonest, man.
No, I'm not.
So
I'm being 100% honest.
Emmanuel,
I think you're being dishonest because you think you special because you're Republican and you're black, but you're not. And no one's calling you a coon because you're a Republican. If people are calling you a coon, it's because you be cooning.
Okay.
If people calling you a
Emmanuel.
sellout, it's because you be saying and doing sellout shit.
Okay, Emanuel, answer my question. When, in what situation do other black people call other black people the names that you just said? When?
Do you want me to answer?
Hello?
Do you want me to answer?
I can hang up. I can hang up and listen.
All right.
You got to say why.
Do you want me to answer the question?
Yeah, Emmanuel.
All right. I have conversations about policing in the black community, and there's always some sellout talking about how everything the police do is right. When the police done shot an unarmed black man in the back of the head, it's always some sellout coon talking about how the unarmed black man who was running away deserved to get shot in the back of the head. That's not politics. That's not because he's a Republican. It's because he a punk sellout coon.
Okay, that's fair. Give me another one.
Oh my! Now you want 10, right?
No,
you want 10.
That's just one.
And there are others. I'm not gonna sit here and run down a list of everything that everybody say to make them a sellout or a coon.
No, give me another one other than politics.
Hold on. Did I just give you one? Because you said it don't happen. Did I just give you one? I gave you one.
No, listen. That everything that you said.
I just gave you one.
A perceived police incident.
I just gave you one. Okay. You asked for one and I gave you one, and you don't like it.
Okay, well, again, that is your opinion. I have never seen another black person call them a coon because they disagree with the police.
Okay, maybe you haven't, but I'm telling you, I have, and it happens.
If it's so many things besides politics and policing, give me some other examples.
Why?
That's not
you said it don't happen. I gave you an example where it happened. Now you want 2. If I give you 2, you're going to say, well, okay, that's 2. Give me another one. If I give you 3, you're going to say, okay, that's 3. Give me another one. If I give you 4, we're going to be up to 75, and you're going to be like, okay, give me another one.
I'm just asking you for one, Emanuel.
I gave you one. I gave you one.
Those names have been used way before
I gave you
police law enforcement was all over the media because of social media and cell phones.
I gave you one.
Prior to that,
I gave you one.
The debate that you're talking about.
I gave you one.
Was give me another one then if it's so many.
It don't matter if it's so many. You said,
people been calling each other that.
You said that the only time that a black person will call a black person a sellout or a coon is if there's a black Republican and they talking politics. I said that's not true. You said, give me an example. I gave you an example. That should be the end of that conversation.
Okay,
period.
So
you were wrong.
So we'll both agree
that you were wrong.
We'll both agree
that you were wrong.
That I left out law enforcement
How about
when
we
I
will
said-
both
when I
agree
said
that you were
politics.
wrong?
Okay, so if a white person is with another black person and they think that police exercise their authority and the black person says, no, that was police brutality, what does the black person call the white person?
A racist, probably.
And why is that?
I think really just because it's easy, but usually it's because the perception is that if it's a black person, that white person already has it in their mind that that black person is a criminal because of their racist mindset. That's why.
Okay. But anyway, Emanuel, I love talking to you on your show, but it's every time when you ask me a question pertaining to the point of view of a black Republican, this is where we always end up.
I'm never gonna. I don't.
When I give you the answer
I've
that you
never
asked for,
asked you a question to answer on the basis of a black Republican.
Manuel, just like
Never.
yesterday with the Baltimore boat crash, I answered your question, but you didn't want to accept it. Today, when you asked, how could someone have a problem with the 2020 election? I explained to you.
That's not
in detail.
You got a problem. Something happens between when you hear something and then you filter it through the black Republican brain of yours, and you don't hear the same question as it came in.
Emanuel, has this call been entertaining for your chat, for the people listening?
I don't think so.
Because I know you read the comments, don't you?
I don't think it's been entertaining.
But do you read the comments?
Yeah.
Okay. So prior to you bringing up the law enforcement part, when I said it's usually political where other black people attack black people.
You didn't say usual. You said it's always.
Were you reading some of the things in the comments before you brought up law enforcement disagreements?
I see.
Where other black people
I see
call
the comments
them
scrolling the entire time.
You didn't read nothing while we was talking. I had you that distracted where you had to be in such deep thought.
Can you not hear
the comments?
What part I said? I see the comments scrolling the entire time.
Are you reading them?
I already answered that question.
Okay, so I guess they were treating me very nice.
No.
From listening to my opinion.
No, I never said they were. What are you talking about?
Manuel, again, bro, you don't want to accept the fact that there was some shady things that happened during the 2020 election that caused a lot of people to question the procedure based on an emergency status because of the pandemic. That's all, Emmanuel.
And the truth of the matter is,
That's
people are only questioning the procedure because their guy lost.
Right, because in 2016, everybody, Hillary, Maxine Waters, Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, they all said Trump was illegitimate. They all said it. They all said Russia helped him win. He was not duly elected.
I don't know that that's what they were saying. What they were saying was, what they were saying, Drop, is that Russia had undue influence on the election. So they weren't saying the votes that were counted, he didn't win those votes. They were saying the votes were influenced by an outside nation.
So they didn't count.
No, they weren't. No one said they didn't count.
Then how did those people who voted for Trump, no matter how they were influenced, why did the losers say that because of those votes that were persuaded by Russia, that they're illegitimate? They all said it. Maxine said it on the floor.
Do you want to answer? Do you want to answer? That was Drop Squad.
They did the same thing.
Oh my goodness. You really don't know how to have a conversation. It's almost like having a conversation with my granddaughter 2 years ago. They were saying that for political purposes, which I thought was bad to be saying.
Nah, I mean, again, Manuel, I'm glad that you give me the opportunity to say what I say, because it kind of reminds me of the Nathan Ivey show a little bit. Because he would let me speak, but it got his listeners going. It got the chat going. People were, I mean, Daryl Carpenter and Anthony Prosser, they were there. You said you never listened, but they know the velocity and the volatility of my words. Okay,
No,
you know
hold
it
on.
too.
Let
That's
me
why you kept me
clue
on
you
the
into
phone this
something.
long.
Let me clue you into something that you, for whatever reason, don't seem to know.
Yeah, what's that?
When people call any radio station and take an opposite position of the talk show host, if the majority
This is not a radio station.
if the majority,
This is not a radio station.
not the point.
Most radio stations have
Not
call
the point.
screeners. So stop.
If
Emmanuel,
the
stop.
majority of the listenership agrees with the host, you're gonna get a lot of feedback from the listeners about the comment that was made that goes against what they believe. That don't make you special.
That's fine. That's your opinion.
It's a fact.
No, it's your opinion.
No, it's a fact.
No, you said you never listened to the Nathan Ivey show, so you don't know.
I'm not talking about the Nathan Ivey show.
What are you talking about?
All right, I'm up against the break.
All right, it was cool, man. I know it's not going to be a habit, but I could. I'm gonna wait and see, because like I told you, man, this is an election year, and everything is about politics. Everything. Okay? So thanks for taking my call. You are a good debater, but again, you just have that radio corporate talk show host in you, which I appreciate. Thanks, Emmanuel. Have a good one. Shout out to everybody who support Emanuel Livingston. And when you on Facebook, hit the like button. Get his likes up. And Emmanuel, you deserve more than 400 followers. You need to get a campaign going. Get your number up to 1,000 so you can start making that money.
All right.
Monetize, brother. Peace out.
I appreciate you, Drop Squad. That was Drop Squad 52, he said. Drop Squad 52. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't think I say controversial stuff. I don't think it's controversial to say that it's really those simple-minded people still running around talking about the election was stolen. Now, either like, I can't think of the word that people who are heavily Republican, there's a word that for whatever reason, I had coronavirus. I can't bring it to my mind. But people who are exceptionally political and steeped in Republicanism, those people are saying it for political purposes to influence the simple-minded people to get them to believe it. Right? But non-simple-minded, not partisans, people who aren't exceptionally partisan and Republican, who just sit back and objectively look at it, can look at it and see Donald Trump lost. And the only people still saying the election was stolen are those partisans and people who ain't that smart, who are influenced by those partisans. That's it. That's it. And when you're looking at, if I worked at NBC, I wouldn't have wanted Rona McDaniel working for the network. And it's not because I don't want another point of view. Some of it is just about perceived journalistic integrity. Michael Steele, who was also chair of the Republican Party. What is he, CNN, right? And nobody objected to him coming. Because he wasn't running around talking about they stole the election. He wasn't running around trying to help organize coups, non-military coups. He wasn't doing that. He's got another point of view. I see Republicans on there. He's with MSNBC. I don't know why I thought he was with CNN. So now I got to look it up. I guess that's one of the beauties of the internet. You can look stuff up. What is his name? Michael Steele? What is his name? Michael Steele. And where does he work now? MSNBC, okay. So they didn't reject him. It actually adds more to my point. They didn't reject him because he was a Republican, because he had a different perspective. So if that, because that's what, listen, I'm telling y'all, that's what Republicans, the spin that they're trying to take on this. Now, of course, you know, the benefit of that is I believe MSNBC does good work. They are heavily, left leaning. And they might not touch stories that don't make Democrats look good. But for the most part, they don't just tell flat out blatant lies. Like, they give you facts. Yeah, you can't say the same thing for Fox. They just blatantly lie. Like, they're heavily right wing, but they just blatantly lie. I don't even watch the other two. What is it? OAN and what's the other one? I can't think of the other one. But Rona was an election denier and somebody who tried to help basically overthrow the government. Newsmax, thank you. They say stuff that's so far out there. So far out there. But yeah, if you are one of the hosts on NBC, you like, I'm not working with them. Don't bring them in here. Don't bring them in here. We'll lose all our credibility. Ron, I don't keep a, but you could probably turn on right now, give it 5 minutes, and they will be lying about something. Turn on right now, give it 5 minutes, and they'll probably lie. They'll probably just tell a flat out lie. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. Give it 5 minutes. I don't catalog them and write them down. But just for you, I think I'll watch Fox News tonight. And I'll write them down as I run across them. They lie. Heck, even Fox News said that you shouldn't take Fox News serious. When your news department, when your lawyers say, look, they be on there talking, but you're not supposed to take that stuff serious. Hold on, let me see. Fame.
Good afternoon, Emanuel. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing good.
It's wonderful. I'm gonna be brief here. Well, first of all, shout out to Trout Squad. It's always worth the entertainment, the phone call. It's always an adventure. You know what I mean? Shout out to him and shout out to everybody else. But I just feel it my duty to publicly offer my condolences to the family of Bridget Kelly, the former auditor, and she was on the state on some level, who passed yesterday. On my YouTube show, she was the only Ohio politician, including our own local black Cecil Thomas. She was the only one to interview with me regarding the sports betting legislation, because she wrote the first edition of the bill, I believe. Well, she co-wrote it. Her and a guy from somewhere central Ohio, and she was nice enough to do the interview with me at a complete nobody. I just emailed her. I sent her the same email I sent Cecil Thomas, and no response from his office at all. None. And she, one of her people, they set it up, and we did the interview. But I effed up and didn't record it properly or something. Something went wrong that I couldn't, publish it.
Yeah.
And I emailed her back and said, hey, told her that problem. Could we do it again? I'm thinking she's going to say no. I'm thinking I'm going to get no interview about this, because Cecil ain't hollering back at all. And one of her sisters hit me back and said, yeah, we can do it this day. Boom, boom, boom. We did it, and I published it, and I was more than grateful for her being a public servant.
Yeah.
And speaking to the people. Yeah. What did you say?
No, I just say yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was more than grateful for her being a public servant and speaking to the people on one of the few bits of legislation that was a bipartisan effort, if I could use the word as you were just talking with Drop about. So I just want to, like I said, acknowledge her and offer my condolences to her family and tell her thank you for helping a lowly podcaster who I barely even had 100 subscribers at the time, and she still did that anyway. I thought that was remarkable of her.
That's what's up. Yeah,
she was very humble and gracious and everything.
That's cool. I never met Bridget Kelly, so but still condolences to her family. But that's good to hear, because as I'm certain a lot of these guys and women will not. They're very selective about who they give an interview to.
Exactly. And especially knowing that I effed up the first one.
Yeah.
But I guess, she was okay with, with the subject matter I was talking about and the way I was talking with her. So she knew I wasn't trying to ambush her, talk greasy to her or nothing. But yeah, she was, humble enough to do that, for me. And I'll never forget that.
Yeah. That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to say that because I didn't know why I didn't do a show, and then old school I didn't. I was kind of in and out of old school show. But yeah, so thanks for giving me that time, and I appreciate it.
All right, hey, thanks, man.
Bye.
All right, that was Fame. Well, that's cool. Like I said, y'all. I mean, a lot of y'all know. Even when I was with the radio station, I couldn't get a lot of interviews. I really couldn't get none. Because people didn't want to, like, oh, I heard you going to ask. Like, where did you hear that from? So it was very difficult to get interviews. So to hear that there was somebody who somebody gave an interview to. That's cool. That's cool. What was I? I was about to say something, and I don't remember what it was. I lost my train of thought on that. I can't remember what it was. So let's move on. LaDonna says they were scared of your debating. Why do people say, I don't debate people? I just ask people questions. Most of what people think is a debate with me is me trying to really understand your perspective. That's really the majority of it. And people think, oh, he asking that question to trap me. No, I don't be asking the question to trap you. I'm asking the question either to understand your perspective or to, I guess you could say, test it in different situations. So to see how resolute you are. Like, oh, nobody should ever be able to get an abortion. I'm just saying, for example. And then I'll be like, ever? No, ever. What about if they got raped? Are you trying to trap me? No, I'm not trying to trap you. I'm trying to see how rigid you are in that stance. That's it. How rigid are you in that stance? I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because it's your opinion. So then, no, I don't be debating with people when they think I'm debating with them. I just be asking. I be wanting to know, where you at with this? But I think they think I'm debating them. No, I'm not. On my way home, because you know why I wasn't on today. So on my way home, I was listening to 700 WLW. I was listening to Bill Cunningham. He was saying, some nonsense. Some of the stuff he was saying, was giving out some actual good information. And see, that's the thing. You give me good information, then you take that information and you spin it into nonsense. But they gave some good information. And then they give some nonsense. But one of the things that he said, which is hilarious to me, because when I say this, people act like I'm crazy. He was talking about basically how he don't believe in crime statistics. Like somebody told him out of nowhere that municipalities and stuff don't have to report their crime statistics to the FBI as they compile their crime statistics. Now, of course, he was using that to say all these Democrats are saying that crime is down. All these Democrats are saying that crime is down. And the FBI statistics apparently support that crime is down. But he was saying, but you can't believe that, because did you know that crime statistics can be manipulated? Because that's voluntary, don't you? So all you have to do is, if you want to make the Democrats look good and you're in an area of high crime, you just don't report your crime to the FBI because that's voluntary to do. So while the FBI statistics say that crime is down, it's not true. Crime is actually up. And it's Joe Biden's fault. That was his point. That was Bill Cunningham's point, which again, I thought was hilarious. Because when I say I don't believe statistics, especially those FBI crime statistics, because it's voluntary for municipalities and all that stuff to report those statistics. Some people, I'm not going to say who, some people act like I'm crazy. And this is why I don't trust and believe in statistics. Because number one, I believe you can manipulate them to be whatever you want them to be. And you can dismiss them when you don't like them, when they don't support whatever you want them to support. And now everybody running around, oh, crime is this, crime is that. The numbers say this, oh, the numbers say that. Statistically speaking, this and that. I just thought it was really interesting to hear somebody else say, I didn't disagree with him that you can't trust crime statistics. I don't disagree with him. I just thought it was interesting. I didn't hear nobody calling in and telling him he was a lie or he was stupid or he was, whatever. Let me do it. All hell break loose. All hell break loose. Hold on. Did you see The Wire? The police created in Amsterdam where crimes were allowed to keep crime statistics down during the mayor's re-election. I did see it. Which again leads to my point that crime statistics, even if they were 100% accurate, which they're not, don't tell the whole story. They can be manipulated. They cool when they work with what it is that you're trying to put out there. They cool. But when they don't, they not. Janice says statistics are what keep black people believing the worst about themselves. All fabrication. Janice, I don't think I could agree with you more. I don't think I could agree with you more. Y'all know, because y'all know I have this argument with people about black people. I don't believe black people are bad people. Other people will say that they don't believe it either. But to hear them talk, you would think black people was the worst. Black Americans are the worst people on the planet Earth. And they back it up with statistics. They always back it up with and if you are the person who believes in statistics, you can't argue with the numbers. You can't argue with the numbers. And I always say you can argue with those numbers. You can argue with statistics, especially them crime stats. But if you look at them, a lot of us believe it. We believe it. So that is what that is. And that have us scared to live around other black people. Have us scared to live around other black people. Just like you say, when they break down the crime stats, how does that work with every agency not reporting? But a lot of people don't know, and they really don't believe. Even, I heard it from, I can't remember exactly. I was at an event. Eric Kearney invited me to an event to hear a gentleman speak. I don't remember his name or his position, but he was a government official or had previously been a government official as a black man. And up until then, I didn't know this, but he was sharing that, the crime statistics are voluntary. And I was like, really? And so when he finished, I went and did a little bit of research and found out that, yes, it's voluntary. They don't have to report it. And he floated the idea that a lot of these, I can't say this word. I'm debating if I want to try to say it or if I want to come up with another way to describe it. a lot of these rural areas may have high crime, but if they don't report it, it doesn't get factored in. Remember the story of the white cop giving the drunk white teen boy a ride home to ensure he got home safely? How many brothers you think he did that for? Probably none. But now the argument will be made on the other side. Hey, some black officers do that same thing for young black men in the inner city. I always tell the story about the young man that lived where I lived, and the police caught him stealing in the store across the street from my apartment complex, and they would bring him home, and he would get caught stealing again, and they would bring him home. He would not get arrested. The cops would keep telling his parents, oh, we don't want to see him ruin his life, and da 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 da. But he was arrested, or not arrested, but he got picked up. I can think of at least 5 different times, but those are only the times that I knew about. But it's like, I don't know if, other people don't always get those second and third chances. Y'all, I like Ron. I had a white cop let me go home because I was right down the street, and he knew I was drunk as hell. He pulled you over. I need more details. A white cop pulled you over for driving drunk? And let you go home? When was this? Where was this? And I don't have one take me straight to jail when he didn't have to. That one I didn't understand. That one I didn't understand. But of course, my point is, if I'm just taking you home to your mama, I'm not doing a report. We're definitely not reporting this theft to the FBI to factor into their crime statistics. This fight that we just saw and, chose to not arrest anybody and just sent everybody home, this is definitely not going to be reported on crime in the crime statistics. Out in the cornfield somewhere where the Hatfields and the McCoys is shooting at each other, ShotSpotter ain't picking that up. And then nobody gets shot. So them shootings are definitely not being reported to the FBI for their crime statistics. Just look at where we came from and where we are today. Outstanding, strong, educated, smart, in spite of the hell we've come through. Do not believe the propaganda. My question to them is, why are there so many uneducated white people when they always had the right to learn? Black people have surpassed whites in numerous areas in spite of it. All right. Tell them, Janice. Tell them. But no, I thought it was interesting. Again, I heard Cunningham talking about it. And yeah, that was interesting. It was interesting to me anyway. Ron, I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand the point that you're trying to make one way or the other. I don't. So I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to be harsh or nothing, but I really don't understand your point. Um, oh, what else? Oh, you hear, no, I think I talked about that yesterday. About Prince Harry being wrapped up in all of Puff Sean Combs stuff. I don't want to call him Diddy. Yeah, man, it's about to get messy. It's about to get messy. Tria say he's simply saying he hates himself and he longs to be a white man. Ron, I do want to ask you one question. Was the 2020 election stolen? Was the 2020 election stolen in your mind? That's it. That's no right answer, no wrong answer. I'm just curious as to what you believe. In your mind, what happened? There is an audio tape that is surfing the net of rapper Meek Mills getting his back blown out by Diddy. How could you possibly know that via audio tape? See, and I'm not saying that there's not some audio kind of purporting to be of that. But how could you possibly know that based on an audio tape? Ron says, hold on. Ron says, I don't believe that, whatever. That was just something that helped Trump ruin his legacy. Okay. So you don't believe that it was stolen. Okay. I was just curious. How would I know you didn't believe that? I don't think I've ever asked you that. And right, Ladado, who would be recording that? Who took an audio recorder, said, oh, they about to go have sex. Let me put a audio recorder in the room to record it. They're like, oh, I got the record of them having sex. Can you tell? Like, if two people are having sex, can you tell what's happening in an audio tape or an audio recording? I hear, because y'all know I don't watch this stuff, but I hear that they overdub porn. So when they be moaning and stuff, it's not the actual people having sex. Somebody goes in, I'm going to say in a studio. Somebody goes in a studio and they be moaning. And if you watching it, again, if you watch that kind of stuff, it's not for me, But if you watch that stuff, you might not be able to tell. Marquetta says, that was them. You can tell. How? That's what I'm asking. How? I wouldn't know. I don't really know what either of them sound like talking. But how can you tell that was them necessarily? Like, were they having it, like, giving out their social security numbers while they were doing it? How could you know? How could you know? How could you tell? My name is Sean Combs, 436-25-4397. My driver's license number is, how could you tell? By audio. That don't make. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't know. But apparently, Davis Denise says you can tell. You can tell. Preston says, I heard it. It sounds like him, but probably not them, some AI or something. And Mr. Combs' drug mule was allegedly arrested. Somebody had to help me understand what was happening in the. I don't really want to know, but for you to say, I heard audio, and I can tell you that was so-and-so and so-and-so having sex with each other. That don't make sense to me. Maybe if I heard it, it would make sense. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to search it, find it, and listen to it. But I'm just trying to think of two people that I know that I would hear a recording and say, oh, that's so-and-so and so-and-so, and they fucking, I'm just like, how would you know? They could be standing there with an audio recorder making noises. I'm not going to make no noises to end up on nobody's website. Well, they could be making how do you know something like that? How could you possibly know? Tessie says they were talking in it, but I don't know if it's real or not. The audio was cringy as hell, though. What were they saying? It was very graphic. Okay, it was graphic. They got distinctive voices. Y'all know it was them. But couldn't it have been, what's his name? Godfrey? That dude can imitate just about anybody. That dude can imitate just about anybody. So it could be something as simple as that. Don't y'all remember Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy? Yeah, remember he did the special, what was it, Delirious? And he was like, oh, you can picture these people as he didn't say homosexuals. But you could picture these people as homosexuals having sex. And he did his Mr. T impersonation. It could have been people doing an impersonation. It's audio. You can't it's 2024. You can't really convince me of anything with just the audio recording. I mean, you got to have some other support and stuff. Like, if I'm... CK.
Praise the Lord. I was listening to your platform today.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And you know how you could tell? I'm going to tell you how you could tell.
Uh-oh.
That's how you could tell it's some BS. I ain't going to cuss. But that's how you know it's some BS. You know what I mean? Or it could be an extortion attempt. Look, I got you. I'm going to let the people hear your voice now. You want to pay up, Mr. Combs? I want $330,000. You feel me? And it could be an extortion attempt, but But he's on, Mr. Livingston. You got to remember, he's on videotape, both of them flirting, and they went. Just imagine me and you got the same outfit on, taking a picture together. What does that tell the public?
That coincidentally, we went to the same store, possibly, bought the same outfit. Maybe we didn't know it, and we showed up to the event, both wearing the same hookup, and I saw you and you saw me, and I was like, damn, this is embarrassing. You was like, this is embarrassing. And somebody was like, hey, can I get a picture of y'all? And we like, oh, all right, go ahead.
Oh, the king of talk, You got him through that one. Now let me give you one more scenario, because I will take that explanation. Now explain this. How do you explain we at the pool and I said, hey, well, you looking good, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy, you looking good. We on video now. You in the pool with your shirt off. And you kind of blushing a little bit. Now explain that one. Mister, we just happen to wear the same outfit.
Maybe they were just having a conversation about how weird it is for two grown men to call each other daddy. And so he got in the pool and he was being sarcastic, like, oh, you look good, daddy, because that's something that two grown men don't say to one another.
We done got him. We done got the king of talk. We done got you. The first one was good. That second one was a Family Feud X. Now you couldn't get past that last one. The boy on there flirting with me, he asked Fabulous, hey man, so what's up? He tried to ask 50 to can he take him shopping? He said, dang, did this N-word just ask to take me shopping? So it's clearly the sexuality is out. That's out the bag. It's too many people he flirted with publicly, and you need to watch the Justin Bieber and see how nervous he was. Hey, you see that? You seen everything then. You know what I mean? And the grooming by Usher is totally unacceptable. You don't let no teenage boy come over your house and live, and you teach him how to be a mogul. I don't think that's good.
Well, I blame his mama for that.
What we'll do for the fame, though, we'll do it for that fame, though, won't we? A lot of Americans.
I mean, maybe, you this ain't gonna sound great, but maybe to spend the night if you got kids his age. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I could dig that. But now they know 27 and he's 14.
And he gonna live with you? No, that's not reasonable.
That's what's big. But like you said, we got to start coming down on everybody, because you notice they just come down on the brothers for that. They need to come down on, like the Gaddy dude from the NBA messing with that underage girl. He need to get hemmed up. You know what I mean? They let them out every time, man. Gaddy, his name Gaddy, white boy in the NBA.
I'm so out of touch with this stuff.
And that's why I'm telling you, the media does this. They not caring about what the crime is. They caring about who the person is. Because the crime, you can get that out of all of the Knicks owner got a sexual assault case right now. You know what I mean? Nickelodeon going through it. But who we hyping up? Is Diddy. The man, he got to go, is Diddy. See? They ain't trying to get them up out of here. You feel me?
Hold on. I don't know that it's that simple. I think you're going to see a difference between the way that you cover, I'm going to call him a superstar, versus someone who's not quite a superstar. You know what I'm saying? If LeBron passed away today, the story would be much bigger than if one of the dudes on the bench passed away today.
But, sir, I got to counter you. Counterpunch. We made that guy Ray Rice got famous off of beating his wife. He didn't get famous off of football. He wasn't no big old O.J. Simpson. He's known for knocking out his wife.
No, he was known for running the football, which is why that story became big.
No, that's my point. What the dude I'm talking about is known for playing basketball, but it's not big. They're not covering it. If your race is there, they're not going to hype it up.
Is he a household name?
Ray Rice is not either.
Ray Rice was.
He was not a household name. Come on, man, this is the Bengals.
Ray Rice, before this happened, that was a big deal. He was a big deal.
He was just like mixing to anybody else. I can see Ray Lewis or something, but come on now, he wasn't even the third famous Raven, man. You got Ed Reed, Chris McAllister, Ray Lewis.
He was a big deal.
This is what you was talking about when they said cooning. This is what they doing. You make excuses for them. It's cool when they do it, but when we do it, you got all the excuses. Well, he's a superstar. No, they're the same thing.
No,
It's the
I'm
crime.
trying to hold on. I'm trying to explain to you. You're not gonna who were the people that you said? The owner of something?
Robert Blake and O.J. Simpson. What's the difference?
No.
Both of them.
They were both big deals. But
no, one was the universe, one was a little city. One was little Northern Kentucky, the other one was the whole world.
Well, they were both big deals. One, you had some sensational stuff. You had a low speed Bronco chase in the middle of, was it the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yes, sir.
So live on TV, and they had to cut to it, and all of the drama surrounding it versus Robert Blake. Who did he play? Colombo or something?
There it is.
Back 30 years before it happened, and we hadn't seen him in nothing since. Come on, those are just different levels of celebrity and different situations.
But, okay, even the guy that got caught with the guns, the little basketball player, these guys is famous for getting caught with the guns. They made them famous. And if you know basketball, then you'll know the guy. I can't even come up with his name right now.
So then he ain't that famous.
No, I'm saying they made the story famous about him showing the gun and flashing the gun in the camera.
People are saying Robert Blake was Beretta. Okay, I ain't watched Beretta, and I ain't watched Colombo. He was somebody on TV. He was a white dude on TV. That's
Colombo was good. I ain't see Beretta, but yeah, that's my whole point. These guys, just the football, just look at all. Oh,
you talking about Ja Morant with the guns?
There it is.
He was a big deal. Ja Morant was basically on pace for a lot of people to be the next superstar of the NBA. He was a huge deal.
So you're saying race plays no part in these news coverage?
I believe race plays a part, but not. Look, when a celebrity does something, it gets a whole lot of attention. When the bigger the celebrity,
Latrell Sprewell strangled his coach and got famous off of strangling his coach. They put him on the cover.
He was a big deal. Latrell Sprewell at that time was a big deal.
What?
Yes. Hold on. So you really think? Wait, just so I'm clear, you really think if Luka Doncic, is that how you pronounce his name?
Great example.
If Luka Doncic go out and murder somebody tonight, it's not going to be a big deal because he white?
That's my whole point. I'm saying the compare. Now the guy, listen, when you see the guy with the underage, they make an excuse. Well, he didn't know. When has didn't know ever been an excuse?
But of course it's going to be a big deal, CK, because he's famous.
Right, but I'm saying if it's a black guy, they don't care if you don't know. You broke the law. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. That's what they're going to say. But if you white, we going to, come on, well, he's a young guy. He's trying to make it, you know. He didn't know. He's
I agree
21.
with you. That does happen.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm going to listen to your show, brother. I'm going to keep listening, man. Thank you for taking my call, brother.
All right, CK. You got to end the call when the host agree with you on something. That's reasonable. But yeah, them people that you naming was big deals when that stuff happened. They were big deals when that stuff happened. Now, it's their fault. Like, Ja Morant is responsible for what Ja Morant do. Now, do I blame his friends to a certain degree? Yes. Because why are you recording on live Ja Morant with a gun? You setting him up for failure. No reason for you to be recording. But why are you riding around with a gun? You know what I'm saying? Why? But yeah, celebrity stories get blown out of proportion. I don't know though that you can compare. I mean, you can compare anything, but O.J. Simpson and Robert Blake. O.J. Simpson was still in front of the people, hosting on what was he, an NBC football commentator. He was in movies. He was the juice. Low speed chase during, again, I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals. They break into the game. So the whole nation watching it. And then you add that element of race to it. This black man killed his ex-wife who's a white woman and this white guy. Yeah, that's going to blow up bigger than old ass Robert Blake may or may not have murdered his, was that his wife or his ex-wife? I ain't even sure. It's different levels. Yeah. Twin.
What's up, man?
How you doing? I can hear you.
I don't know what CK be smoking, man. You know it's gonna blow any breaking news, whether you white, black, brown, whatever color you may be, man. Don't quit smoking so much. It's killing his brain cells, man. And you know what's called was a big time. He was a big time Ray. People loved him as a running back.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice. People love him. He was out there, man.
Yeah.
He was getting it, man. He caught that case with his girl. So, man, TK, do some research before you try to talk, man. You be killing it, especially when you get on there, be high and don't even know what you talking about, man. At least before you get on, smoking with let your brain cells rest for a minute, man.
Okay, now I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, can you hear me now, man?
You got me on speaker?
Yeah, man, I got you because I'm working. Can you hear me now?
You got that Bluetooth, don't you?
Yeah, I got it in. Man. Can you hear me, though?
Yeah, we'll work with it.
I'll take it off right now in case you.
That sounds better.
Yeah, I took you off speak in case you cuss me out. How you did yesterday, you went off.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, you spoke. I'm gonna get to that point though. But yeah, CK man, you call in, man, just clear your mind first, man. 'Cause I can't understand half of the stuff you say until you try to make a point, which your point don't be really validated or whatever. And everything.
All right.
Yeah, down there where that lady standing there. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you went off yesterday and I know they probably in their fifis and they told Uncle Lincoln on you, but to each his own. It is what it is. You do got some suck ass, coon ass niggas out here, man. Want to be talk like a broad and stuff. That ain't cool. I don't roll with guys like that, man. You talking more than a female and stuff. I might want to get out and stuff, get caught me a little side piece or whatever. You mess around backdoor me to my girl or something. I don't like niggas like that, man. To each his own. I thought you and little other man, little Nate was cool with you or whatever. Y'all was homies or whatever. I ain't know he backdoor you like that, but you live and you learn who you mess with, man. Some people laugh in your face and it's over. They snake you behind you, man. That's how life is, man. Dig?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but
but just for the record, you shouldn't be going behind your girl's back, getting a little piece on the side.
Hey, there you go. Who you, Captain Saberho or somebody?
I'm just trying to help you, man. I'm just trying to help you.
You can't help me.
It ain't
I
working.
ain't saying I'm doing it now. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying too. That's it. We both just saying.
Oh, now you Judge Judy or some Judge Matt. Shouldn't be cheating on your girl.
I ain't trying to be the devil on your shoulder, man. I'm trying to be the other one.
All right. Preacher Emanuel Reverend. All right. Be safe, man. All right, man. That's it.
All right.
All
right. I think his supervisor came up. He had to get off the phone. I'm not mad at you. Hey, you got to work. You got a job. You got to do what you got to do. I don't know, it was something else I wanted to. Was it Brent or Prosser? One of y'all asked me a question today, and I want to be clear. And I know y'all was just joking around, but I talked about, and I'm not going to really say what, but somebody doing something unprofessional, right? And what they did is extremely unprofessional, or the premise of what they were mentioning is extremely unprofessional. And then the question was asked of me, ain't it unprofessional to come on 30 minutes late on your podcast? And the answer to that is no. No, it's not. Because I'm not a professional. I don't get paid for this. You know, that's supposed to be the difference between being a pro and an amateur. Amateurs get out there and they do it for the love of it. Pros get paid to do it. That becomes the difference. Like, there's no professional standards here. I have standards, but there's no professional standards. Now, like say I had sponsors, right? And say, you know, a few different companies around the city saw me and was like, hey, bro, we like what you're doing, man. We want to sponsor you. So you're going to come on from 3 to 5, Monday through Friday. We're going to pay you this much money. And you know what I'm saying? You're going to advertise our company, our product, or whatever. I'm a professional now. Guess what? I need to be on Monday through Friday at 3 because I'm getting paid. And I need to do it till 5, not 4:47 or 4:57, till 5. We paying you to do 2 hours. Well, I did 1 hour and 57 minutes. That ain't what we paying you for. So, yeah, no, it's different when you ain't getting paid for it, when you just doing it for the love of it. Just wanted to clear that up. Key!
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? How are you?
Key, I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay, now what you talking about? Ain't no professional standards over there. You chastise people for not pronouncing their E's and their R's correctly.
Well,
and then you turn around and not pronounce your words correctly.
I always pronounce
what's up with that?
Wait, I always pronounce my words correctly.
No,
and
you
if
don't.
Yeah, I do.
No,
And if
you
you're confused,
don't. Just like you don't cuss,
I even
right?
spell it for you.
Just like you don't cuss, right?
I don't, but y'all be making me sometimes, and I feel
yeah, right.
I feel so guilty when I have to cuss.
No, you don't. You be loving it. Sometimes you be on the road, especially when Ron Dula call.
After
that be
the
your
show,
time to really go off and cuss.
Any show where y'all make me cuss, Key, after the show, I go upstairs, and I can't even look Mrs. Livingston in the eye.
Please.
I walk around and I look down. She'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'll be like, "I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it." And you know, I feel real bad when y'all make me cuss.
Emmanuel, you love every minute of it. What's going on, Brent? Hey, Kim, you love every minute of it.
You ain't gotta believe me, but I'm telling you. And I got a bone to pick with you.
Me? What I do?
Let me ask you this. Do you know any drug addicts?
No.
If you do, like, say, because, you know, people like to use crack. If you knew somebody who used crack, would you tell them where to go buy crack?
No.
Then why would you tell an alcoholic where they can go get some alcohol? You were wrong for that.
What you doing listening to that show? If you ain't gonna call in, you can't be listening.
I listen to that show every day. It's a good show.
You can't be listening.
It's a good show. It's entertaining.
Man, that's helping him live longer. Hey, Tria.
Well,
it's helping him live longer, man.
It's preserving him. Okay.
Yeah, it's helping him live longer. Because you know how he always talking about everybody croaking at 70. When he get relaxed with his little drinky drink, that relaxes him and that's helping him live longer and have stamina.
Oh, so that's how. What if the crack was making him live longer?
No, because remember I was saying like they still sell crack. Because remember when you was talking about Joe Biden's son and talking about he was doing crack. I remember I was like, it's still crack around here. I was like, I didn't know that it was still crack out there.
You should not be helping addicts feed
Leave me
their
alone,
addiction.
Emanuel. That's you and Mr. Lincoln feud now. Don't be doing that.
I'm just saying.
He a mess.
I'm just saying, you shouldn't be
Don't
helping
getting me
addicts
in the middle,
fuel their
you and Mr.
addiction.
Lincoln. Hey, don't be getting me in the middle of you and that because you know how you said you got somebody listening and reporting back to him. Don't be getting me on Mr. Lincoln bad side thinking I'm talking about him because whoever that person is going, they ain't going to take the story back correctly. They're going to change it. So don't be doing that, Emanuel. Don't be putting me in no mess. Hey, Saban. Don't be doing that, Emanuel. Don't be doing that.
Oh, all right. Well, what's on your mind? What's on your mind?
No, you going to play baseball later with the Reds? What you doing?
I'm going to choir rehearsal later on.
Is it off in the baseball field somewhere?
No, it's not.
Okay, I'm just messing with you. You know how to get you. Emanuel?
Yes.
Okay, you was quiet for a minute.
I'm just waiting for you to move on to the next thing. Are you capping on my shirt?
Talking about your baseball shirt? How you try to get me?
Texas Rangers. This shirt is so old, and I'm sitting here pulling. I'm looking at myself here, and so what I think is on this side is on this side. It's crazy. But go ahead.
Okay. So what's your topic you talking about? You still talking about the P. Diddy stuff?
I talked a little bit about the P. Diddy stuff. Talked a little bit about how I don't trust statistics. Talked a little bit about the Rona McDaniel and NBC cutting ties with her. And, excuse me, how the Republicans are trying to paint it as if NBC only want people there who agree with them. But that's clearly not the case. Talked a little bit about election denying and how you really kind of got to be simple-minded to still be saying the election was stolen. I think that's really about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, LaDonna, that was me that told him where to find it. Emanuel is trying to get me in some conspiracy stuff with his nemesis enemy who'll be reporting back.
He is none of these people are my enemies. None of them.
Oh, okay, they ain't your enemy?
No.
I thought, like you said, you thought y'all was cool. I think what made y'all not cool, because remember you was talking about him one day?
Oh, I know exactly what made us not cool.
Remember you was saying like he did some stuff that's not a man. And so you was going off on him that one day. That's probably why he started
No.
doing that.
No. What made us not cool is I said that he had people calling in to the general manager and to corporate. He had them calling in because he wanted to get me fired. And he didn't like me telling that truth. And that's what he got mad about.
Yeah, you was saying some other stuff too. And you was going off. You was like, because you didn't know that he was like that, and he was telling people stuff. I think the other lady that was working there with y'all too, he was telling her stuff. You say lying on you?
I'm not sure what you're talking about there.
Tolliver, you say he was telling her stuff.
I think you mixing two different things. I mean,
two different, but is that the same person though?
Well, I think he did tell her.
You saying he tell her some stuff?
Yeah, he told her that I knew
right
ahead of time that they were gonna fire her when I didn't.
Right.
But
so you were saying that on the show, so maybe that's why.
No, it's because of the other thing. I know exactly why.
Oh, okay.
And I'm cool with it. I still don't dislike Lincoln. I don't hate Lincoln. I'm not anti-Lincoln. I listen to his show every day. I still think he's funny. I think his show is entertaining and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm still not, he is mad at me. I'm not mad at him.
You a mess. Well, two people asked about you today on
I heard
the show. They asked where you was at. Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Oh, okay. See, you still popular out in these streets.
Yeah, I don't know if I was ever popular out in these streets, but it's cool that even people, because what's his name, Original Freddie, he was never a fan of mine. So it's cool that at least he like, hey, what happened to that guy?
Yeah, like you say, even though he wasn't a fan of yours, he missed some of like your banter or whatever. Cause every now and then you with yourself, we got to get with you and we got to figure you out sometimes. Then when we figure you out, we like, okay, he acting like he crazy, and don't understand, but he understand. He's just playing that role.
Okay.
But
Hold on.
that's all
Jerica
I
says,
want.
did I see Nathan's post yesterday? No, he has me blocked. So I don't see anything that he posts.
Oh, you used to not be black by him? You talking
No,
about on Facebook?
the day he got fired, he blocked me.
Oh, okay. Was that years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But he in the bushes somewhere, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I said. Don't be putting me on his list too, 'cause I don't know him. So he can go report back. Why Twin keep calling me Kia? Is that he talking about me, Twin?
I'm pretty sure. Only
Okay.
only thing I
Twin.
got against Nathan is he ran around spreading lies about me to people, and I'm one of these people who, like, say Twin, right? If I think Twin is doing something bad, or did something bad, and I'm so offended by it that I got to let everybody know. Before I do that, I'm gonna get with Twin like, hey, Twin, did you do this? And if Twin be like, yeah, I did it, then I'm gonna let Twin know that was foul, and I'm gonna let everybody know that was foul. But if Twin say, no, I didn't do it, I'm gonna be like, oh, because I heard that you did. And he gonna be like, nah, I didn't do it. And I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. And then I'm gonna let it go. So that's the way I think people really, but definitely men are supposed to handle that type of stuff. And when you don't handle stuff that way and you just go whispering, behind people's backs, that sound like some not good stuff. You trying to make me cuss, Key, but I'm not.
No, go ahead and get it out. Go ahead and cuss.
That sounds like some
You talking about genitals and everything.
That sounds like
right.
some female dog
genitals?
type stuff,
Go
not
ahead,
some
man,
grown man stuff. But that's the only problem that I had with him. But other than that, I still think he's a good talk show host, or he was. I don't even know. I know he stopped doing the show, but he might have started it back up. He had me blocked, so I never saw it. But I always thought he was a good talk show host. As a matter of fact, and I don't really share this with a lot of people, but Keith, since you keep prying, when they fired me, I sat down and I told the general manager this. I said, look, I think y'all should put Raven Monday in this spot. And he said that basically he wasn't sure if she was ready. They didn't know what they was going to do. I said, well, then maybe y'all should reach out to Nathan Ivey. I said, I'm not necessarily on the best terms with the dude, but he's a good talk show host and he has a following. So maybe reaching out to him might be, a good way to fill this position. So I recommended a dude that went on a hate campaign against me because I don't hate that dude. So, for anybody out here thinking, oh, I'm beefing with this guy and I'm beefing with that. I'm not beefing with nobody. People beefing with me.
Oh, okay. Well, they probably think you trying to settle the beef by talking about pick a genital.
Well, no, that was Blade that I was talking about. That wasn't Nathan or Lincoln. That was Blade.
No, I know it wasn't Mr. Lincoln, but I'm saying, like, when you was talking about Nathan, I think you was making it seem like he can pick one too.
Oh yeah, no. Again, Nathan is what he is. He said I was his enemy. That's cool. He can feel that way. I don't reciprocate that feeling, and I still wish the best for him. I just think what he did was some female dog type stuff, and I would say the same thing to his face. Because I don't necessarily believe in all that biting my tongue stuff. But that don't mean that I hate you. That don't mean that I wish bad on you. That don't mean any of that kind of stuff. It just mean, man to man, that wasn't right.
Mm-hmm. Now, why Brent Beard asking is my real name Zakia Allen? Brent Beard, I'm not even nowhere near that age range, Brent Beard. Come on now. I thought we was okay. Now you trying to put me away too, and you got Emanuel tickled to where he cracking up. Well, all right, man, y'all can call, checking in, say hey, saying hey to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna let somebody else call and get in or whatever.
All right.
Brent, I thought you can't make us get along with that comment. But I don't even know that lady. I know she be in the comments sometimes, so seems like she's a pretty cool lady. So, but no, I'm not in that age range. So, yep, that's what it is. Alrighty, man. You talk to you later.
All right, Key.
All right, don't scrape up your knees too bad when you're out there sliding in the third.
I didn't like the way that sounded.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was scraping up my knees. That conjure up some other stuff. I don't like that.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. And I'm not, Daryl. You can feel however you want to feel about Nathan Ivey, which that ain't his real name, by the way. But you can feel however you want to feel about him. I'm not going to engage in a smear campaign against that brother. I'll tell the truth about anybody, but I'm not engaging in I don't want to see black men fight black men. I don't want to see black women fight black women. I'm with, who is that, Brent? I want us all to get along. Now, the truth is the truth. And if you ask me for the truth, I'm going to give you the truth. If I think, that the truth need to be said at a particular time, then I'll say it. But yeah, I'm not about necessarily tearing people down. I am petty in the sense that you do something to me, a part of me want to get revenge and do something to you. But most times I just let stuff slide. Because I feel like, saying the truth kind of evens a lot of things out. The truth evens a lot of things out. And I think that's one of the reasons. Remember when 2023, and I told y'all that 2024 was going to be this year, the year of revealing stuff and saying names and just saying it, not holding back. I told y'all that. I kind of thought I was just talking about me. Like 2024 is going to be the year when I just say what it is. I don't hold stuff back. I name names if names need to be named. I didn't know the world was taking that on and was going to do this. I was just speaking for me. But again, even with that truth, even with the truth that I said about Lincoln Ware trying to get me fired, that don't mean that I hate Lincoln Ware. It don't mean I'm mad. I was actually just saying that to alert somebody of what to look out for. Otherwise, at that moment, I wouldn't have brought it up. A conversation was had about somebody calling me their enemy. Somebody asked me, who was it? I share who it was. Blade was on here talking reckless. So I had to tell him, pick one and ride it. I don't hate Blade. I don't hate Lincoln. I don't hate Ivy. I don't wish bad on none of them. I wish them all the success in the world. And I wish more people could do that. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like me to wish me success. Or at the very least, to not wish bad on me. To not be wanting to hurt me and harm me. And I don't necessarily mean physically, that too, but, don't come for my job because you mad at me. Don't come for, you know what I'm saying? Because you mad at me, just be mad at me. If you want to be a man, call me and talk to me. Jason.
What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. I hate to call and change the subject.
That's all right.
But did that one dude from Texas call and talk about Monday Night Raw? Because I remember last time I was supposed to keep his name out my mouth, so I don't want to get in trouble.
He called yesterday, yes.
So y'all talked about Raw?
He did. I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it yet?
No.
Okay. Well, that's going to cut my call short. because I was calling to see what you thought about it. I thought it was a fantastic show. But
Okay.
I'll let you watch it and then call back at a later date.
Okay.
That's all I had. I was going to talk about wrestling. But
All
you
right.
didn't see it, and I don't want to do spoilers. So I got another T-shirt idea, too, but I got to run it past you to see if it can actually be done.
Okay. Well, you got my number. Call me.
Yep.
Or you want
I'll
to do
send
it
you the
now?
idea. No. You have to see the picture. Like,
Okay.
You have to literally see it to see if it can be screen printed.
Okay. Call me.
I'll send it to you and let you know.
And if so, the turnaround will be much, 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 much faster.
Man, I hope it couldn't get slower than, what was that, 8 months?
Whew.
Any slower, I would have forgot about it.
Bro, I'm knocking them out like it's nothing now. So, yeah, get with me.
All right, I'll send you all the stuff. That's
Okay.
all I had since you didn't watch Raw.
All right.
You got to hurry up and watch it, too, before WrestleMania. Matter of fact, you got to watch it before SmackDown because they're going to talk about it on SmackDown.
Yeah, I'll probably end up watching it tonight.
All right, next show I'll call and see.
All right.
That's all I had.
All right, Jason. I appreciate your call.
All right. Yep.
All right. We ain't recruited Jason. Jason likes wrestling. Don't be no hater, LaDonna. LaDonna turning into a bona fide hater. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that is horrible. Hold on. I saw Blade on here. Blade says, "You my buddy. Stop crying." Blade. Like I told you yesterday, do you, and whoever else you want to do. Just I'm not included in it. So you can hate on me. I'm quite comfortable with that. Every once in a while, some of the stuff you say be funny. And look, I'm one of these people. I believe funny is funny. If you take a shot at me and it's funny, all I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh. Funny is funny. I'm going to get mad because you say something funny about me. Stop it. I'm going to laugh. Funny is funny. So, yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Anything else? Anything else? You want to know if I'm going to stand in line and buy one of the Trump Bibles? Man, that dude, look, you can hate on him if you want to, and there's plenty of reason to hate on him. Plenty of justification for hating on him. But how you be mad at a dude for selling Bibles? You ever been to a Christian bookstore? You know what they do? They sell Bibles. You know what they sell Bibles for? To make money. How you be mad at Donald Trump for selling stuff to make money? I don't necessarily know, like, he might change a word or two in the Bible. He might change a word or two. I don't trust him to that level. But if I told you could make $10 million selling Bibles, would you go sell Bibles? How you be mad at that? If I told you could make $30 million, put a flag and a T on some gym shoes and sell them, would you go do it? So how you be mad at that? Look, he's a horrible human being. We all know this. He's and on just about every level, probably on every level, he's a horrible human. So there's plenty to hate on him about. But selling stuff for money, I don't know if that's one of them. Now again, I wouldn't trust a Donald Trump Bible. Might be some keywords in there changed. And I'm not like the book of Eli, where I got the whole Bible memorized word for word. I'm not that. So I wouldn't trust his Bible. But if he can sell it to people, more power to him. That's their fault for buying it. That's their fault for buying it. If Joe Biden started selling Bibles to raise campaign funds, I wouldn't be mad at him either. Plenty to be mad at these people for. Some stuff. It is what it is. All right, y'all. What, Ron? I just gave him credit for what is you shaking your damn neck for? I'm going to assume that's what the N stands for. He said, shaking my damn neck. Wow. And that's not me cussing. Like SMDH is like shaking my damn head. So SMDN is shaking my damn neck. You know, I'm not mad at him. I just don't know what he's shaking his neck at. I don't know. But I gave him credit. I'm not mad at him for selling Bibles. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Davis Denise says Clinton need to be locked up. For what? For what? What do he need to be not locked up for? That's what I meant to put up. What Clinton need to be locked up for? Fame, I'm trying to bring the temperature down. Like, from my perspective, you don't have to like me. You don't have to respect me. You have to acknowledge me. You don't have to like me or respect me. And I don't have to like or respect you. We don't have to be enemies. I'm trying to bring the temperature down. I mean, you should still show me respect, but you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be, I have so much respect for him. No, you don't have to do that. Davis Denise says Haiti. Okay, yeah, you might have a point there. Because they did collect all that money for Haiti. Ron want to know, what did I find out about the powers of wartime president? I didn't look into that. I be having stuff to do, bro. But I'll look into it after or before I watch wrestling. After Bible study or choir rehearsal and wrestling. It was another one. It was something else I saw up here that I wanted to comment on. I can't remember what it was. Oh, and Jerica asked, did I see what he posted? What did he post? I mean, if it's important. If not, I mean, I like to be in the know. If it's funny, I want to laugh. I'm not going to get mad about it. So, what did he post? The real Terrence Howard in the house, celebrity. He says wrestling is real, damn it. To some degree it is. When you stand up on the rope and you jump up and you land, that actually happened. Them dudes hurt themselves. They tear muscles and ligaments and all kind of stuff, get concussions and all that stuff. All of that stuff actually happens. Now, when they whack somebody over the head with a sledgehammer, which is, by the way, pronounced sledgehammer. It's not a sludge hammer. It's a sledgehammer. I get so mad because I hear people talk about sludge hammers. It's a sledgehammer. When they bash somebody over the head with a sledgehammer, okay, that's probably not a real sledgehammer. And if it is, they, cover it up and hit the dude, but hit him lightly and he reacts, over the top. But it's real. Some of the stuff is acting though. It's a sledgehammer, not a sludge hammer. And who was that asked me? Was that Tria? You sing at church? I don't sing at church. I've been at this church for, it's got to be 8, 9 years. I've sang at church one time, which was last Easter. I had never sang at church before. Because I do sound and lighting and run the live stream and stuff. I ain't got time to be out there singing. But Easter Sunday, there was a song I wanted them to do, and they were doing it, and they just wasn't doing it the way that I wanted it done. It's too much to go into, but I went on ahead and I sang the song. And everybody was shocked, because none of them had any idea that I sing at all. So everybody, collectively, the church's mouth was like, but that's it, that one time. I didn't jump in. When I saw what they was doing in rehearsal, and I was like, no, y'all can't do that. Y'all can't do that. Y'all been rehearsing this song for almost a month. And I thought y'all was just rehearsing a part of it, and the other part was going to be but y'all decided y'all not doing that part. You can't do that part of the song without doing that part of the song. And they was like, well, we don't have anybody to sing that part of the song. And I was like, and it was the Wednesday before Easter. So I was like, okay, I'll sing that part of the song. Because y'all can't just do that part if y'all not going to do the whole thing. And so we went over it with the band real quick, and they was like, okay, cool. And then we did it. But they couldn't do what they were doing. They couldn't do it. They just couldn't. I couldn't allow them. What is the song? He Lives by Fred Hammond, and I think it's just Fred Hammond. But it's the live version, not the other version. There's 2 versions. So there's the recording, but then he recorded a live version, and the song is totally different. And they were just going to do the very back end. I'm like, you can't do the back end without doing the front end. I hope Marcus is not watching this, because if so, he is probably really excited. Like, you doing the back end? No, Marcus, not that kind of back end. Calm down. But yeah, no, that's it. But that's the only time I've sang in church. Heck, in the past, like I said, 8, 10 years. Probably even more. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here, because I got to go to Bible study. I did not get all of those screens reclaimed yesterday, because some stuff came up when I got off the air. So I did not get those screens all reclaimed. E-Man, do you have to take over everything when you think it right? I'm not sure that I understand the question that you're asking. Maybe read that over, retype it, and I'll answer. You remind me of Morris Day when you sing. Interesting. I've never heard that before, ever, ever, ever. Will you be at opening day tomorrow? No. I'll be at work. What does reclaiming screens mean? I apologize. In my mind, once I learn how to do something, I talk like everybody else know how to do it. It's screen printing. In screen printing, you put some emulsion. So you coat the screens with this substance. And that's what allows you to burn the image, to push the ink through. But once you're finished with that screen, you gotta clean it off. That's all reclaiming is. You use certain chemicals to clean that emulsion off so that you can use that screen for a different design. And every color in a design gets its own screen. So on this side. So say I was printing this is one, which is white, blue, two, and red. So I would need 3 screens, really 4, because you want to do an underbase depending on what it's on. So I would use 4 screens for this design right here. So I would have to coat all 4 of them, burn the design in, each color gets its own design, and then push the ink through. Each color ink goes through. Then when I'm finished and I want to do a different design, well, now I ain't got no more screens. So now I got to use all these chemicals, clean this off, make the screen brand new, and then start the process over, coat it, burn the design for the next whatever, and use them. So that's what reclaiming a screen is. Get a Cricut or a Silhouette. I actually had a Cricut. I used a Cricut for something else. But for screen print, you can use those for screen printing, but you don't really use those for screen printing. This way it's much easier. You can get much greater detail. It's a whole lot. I don't do vinyl. No. So that's all of that. Do I have a Facebook message? Yeah, just go to my Facebook page and send me a message. If you're telling me you're going to send me a message, I'll check it. I don't normally check my message. See you later, real Terrence Howard. Hold on, Terrence, before you go, I hope you're not gone. Are you doing the show tomorrow? Or is it going to be a best of Lincoln Ware? Are you doing the show tomorrow? Or is it going to be a best of Lincoln Ware? Because he didn't know, which seems unreasonable to me, that they wouldn't know the day before. But I'm just curious, because if it's a best of, okay, so I don't have to listen. Thank you. I would listen if it was you. But if it's a best of, I mean, I already heard it. But thank you. Have a wonderful day. But Twin, yeah, just send me a message. Now that I know that you're going to send me a message, I'll check it. I don't typically check my Facebook messages because I don't have it on my phone. I don't have Messenger on my phone. So I have to come to the computer to check my Facebook messages. But if I know you sending me one, I'll be on the lookout for it. I think that's about it. I don't have anything else. I think I've bored y'all to death. Nobody likes it when you host. I think a lot of people like it when you host. Again, I just wish you would share a little bit more of you when you host. And I don't mean that in some perverted way. Don't be letting stuff pop out. I mean your thoughts and your opinions on things. Shara says, did you see what I said? I don't think so, Shara. I must have missed it. Yes, every time you said it before, I thought you were going to say you're reclaiming your time. Yeah, no, you reclaim those screens because you can use them over and over and over and over. Terrence, yeah, not true. Who told you that lie? We like it when you host, man. We like it when you host. I just want to hear your opinion, your thoughts on a matter. That's it. That's the almost the only thing I would change about when you host. But other than that, I mean, even including that, I still like it when you host. I do. Okay. This is about the 7th time I've said this, but for real this time, y'all, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It's been the afternoon experiment. As you're out and about on this is cold to me, on this cold Wednesday evening, if you are around people, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.